What the hell happened here? What the hell were they smoking? Hey, what is going on, guys? So today we're checking out the PlayArt Kai Final Fantasy VII Advent Children Barret's Wallace. So this is the first Barret figure that PlayArt Kai ever made. This is also a pretty old figure. I think it came out around 2014, maybe 2015. And I'm super excited because I've never had a review of this figure on my channel before. And I only picked it up recently, so I thought today we could check it out together. So I hope you guys will enjoy the review. Sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Alright, stay tuned, guys.
Take it slow.
Okay, so first up, let's take a quick look at the packaging. So on the front we have a pretty nice photo of the actual figure itself. And down here we have the Final Fantasy VII AC and PlayArt Kai logos. And this figure is number 6 in the series. On the sides of the packaging, once again, we have the Final Fantasy VII AC logos. And on the back we have a couple nice screenshots of the figure itself in various poses. And here's the next figures in the line. We have Red 13 and Tifa. On the inside of the box, once again, we have a pretty nice photo of the figure itself. And right over here, we have a bit of text. So if you guys want to read this, then by all means, feel free to pause and read. I hope the quality is clear enough for you guys to see that. Okay, so first up, I just want to give you guys a quick look at my entire PlayArt Kai Final Fantasy VII AC collection. So for the most part, I think I pretty much have all the figures from AC, although I am missing a couple of the remake figures. But yeah, for the most part, this is my entire collection. So I hope you guys like it. I will have a review of every single figure here, so if you guys want to check it out, then it will be on the channel. And while we're on that, if you guys are new, be sure to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to ring that bell notification so you guys don't miss out on all of these Final Fantasy VII reviews. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at Barret. Okay, so let's go right ahead and take a look at the figure. So here's the head sculpts. Yeah, this guy needs a day at the spa. He needs a makeover. I mean, what the hell happened here? What the hell were they smoking when they made this figure? Such a hideous face. I mean, what type of expression is this? He's like super pissed off. But I mean, I just don't know why they sculpted it like this. I know a lot of you guys missed out on this piece, and you guys did not like this figure at all. Pretty much a lot of people don't like the sculpt, they don't like the design, and overall, it's probably the least favorite PlayArt Kai AC figure that they ever made. I don't know anybody that picked up this figure. I just think a lot of people passed on it because they didn't like the head sculpt. But me personally, I mean, I missed out on this figure for a pretty long time. I think this may have been the last figure that I picked up to complete my PlayArt Kai AC line. But I mean, I've got to say, now that I've got the figure in hand, it's actually quite a nice figure, I have to admit. You know, it doesn't have the best likeness to Barret from the film, but you know, I still like it a lot. It's got a unique charm, which I just really like about this figure. And it's also super big. I mean, you guys probably can't tell in the video, but this is by far the largest figure out of the entire PlayArt Kai AC line. I mean, this is such a bad head sculpt. But you know, that's the whole charm about it. So I just think the fact that the head sculpt is so bad makes you like the figure, if that makes any sense. It probably makes no sense, but I don't know, it's just, the head sculpt is so bad, it's just almost comedic, you know? Just what were PlayArt Kai thinking when they sculpted this face? Certain parts of the face are super like bright, then other parts of the face are painted really dark. I just don't know why they painted it like this. It looks really weird. But anyhow, I mean, the sculpting is quite nice here despite all the issues. You can see his teeth in there. He's even got like this earring sculpted at the sides. Even the hairpiece, like these dreadlocks, are quite nicely sculpted. You can make out all the texturing in there. But anyhow, moving down here to the jacket piece. So yeah, very odd design for Barret for AC. I usually like the designs for all the characters from AC. I mean, they're probably my favorite designs. But as for Barret, I mean, it looks so different. I just don't know what's up with this fishnet stocking. Don't know why they did this, and he's got this like white body warmer, whatever you want to call it, and these green pants or trousers. It's just such an odd design. I don't know who designed this figure, but yeah, it's just really, really weird. But anyhow, here's a look at the arms. He's super buff. And on the other arm, we have this massive gun, like this Gatling gun. And it's also on the swivel joints. So I'll give you guys a look at the articulation a little bit later on. Moving down here to the trouser piece, we have these green pants. I mean, yeah, just once again, such an odd design. You know, they're quite nicely painted. We have all these different tones. It's not just completely painted a light green. We have almost yellow, as you can see, painted here on the other leg. We have like all these washes over all the folds and creases, which are sculpted in there. It is quite nicely done, I will give it that. And here we have these boots with the laces and all the details sculpted in there. Okay, so here's the side of the figure, and we have a nice profile. I mean, from the side, he looks pretty good. I mean, you really can't tell that the figure has any issues. But yeah, just from the front, it's a different story. I mean, just look at that mug. But anyhow, moving back here to the side. So that is the side of the face, and moving down here to the jacket piece and the arms. We have all these bandages around his bicep, which are quite nicely detailed. And here we have this massive gun, which is such a cool piece. This is probably my favorite part on the entire figure. And of course it is removable, and you can switch it out for an alternate, like an alternate arm, which is a normal arm. So I will give you guys a look at that a little bit later on. But moving down here to these really weird fishnet stockings, and the trouser piece and the boots. Yeah, I just don't know what they were smoking when they made this figure. Must have had some pretty good stuff when they designed Barret for AC. But yeah, this is pretty cool. We have a nice tattoo here on the side of his arm, which I think is the same tattoo that the remake Barret has from the remake of the game. You have all these rings, like these bits of bling. Pretty nice. And once again, the legs and the boots. And so here's the back of the figure, and we have the hairpiece and the back of the jacket piece. I mean, I wonder who designed this figure and thought it was a good idea to make one of the most beloved characters from all of gaming into one of the most hideous designs. You know, it just completely boggles my mind who designed this. Why would they do this to this character? You know, it's just crazy. I mean, the design of Barret from the remake is just absolutely perfect. I love that design so much. But this AC design, not so much. Okay, so this is a quick look at the accessories. So we really don't have much here. All we have is an alternate arm to switch out for the gun, and we have a pair of hands, the figure itself, we have the packaging and the display stand inside the box. So that's all that we have for this absolutely godforsaken figure. Okay, so here's how the figure looks with the other arm. So here's how it looks. As you can see, it's kind of like a normal arm, which is made of metal. Pretty cool design. It's also very nicely detailed. You can see all of the indentations sculpted in there. Very, very nice. But I do prefer this massive gun, like this Gatling gun. It looks so much better, and it's just a much more interesting design. And it is pretty easy to switch out. It's pretty much held on by this massive peg joints. So yeah, it's very, very straightforward and easy to switch out. But anyhow, let's look at the figure with the alternate arm. Okay, so this is a quick demo on the articulation for the figure. So even though the sculpt isn't the best, I mean, they really did our boy Barret dirty. But anyhow, yeah, the articulation isn't too bad. So yeah, I would say the articulation is probably one of the best out of all the Players Kai AC figures. So anyhow, enough joking about, let's take a look at the articulation here. So yeah, as for the head sculpt, we have a ball joint in there, and this is a very nice head sculpt. I mean, ball joint, I mean, geez, I can't even talk today. But anyhow, yeah, we have a really nice ball joint inside the head sculpt here. The jacket piece is made out of a soft piece of plastic, as I mentioned before, and as you can see, it's very, very bendy. Inside the shoulders, we have these super large ball hinge joints. They're almost ratchet joints, as you guys can hear in there. And we have these swivels at the biceps. They're pretty nice joints. We have these ball hinges at the elbows and ball hinges at the wrists. And as for this here piece, this is on a swivel joint. As you guys can see, it can kind of rotate, which is a pretty cool feature. As for the body piece inside the torso, we have a pretty large ball joint in there, and this is a very nice joint. As you can see, it's not really restricted. We also have a ball joint at the waist. We have these ball ratchet joints at the hips. Very loud joints, as you guys can hear. We have a double hinge at the knee. I mean, because the figure is so large, the joints are really sturdy. It's a very strong figure, and it can really hold some poses, which is really nice. As for the ankle piece, we have a ball hinge in there, and we also have a hinge joint at the toe. So yeah, hideous figure, but pretty good articulation. Okay, and so that's pretty much it for the Play Arts Kai Final Fantasy VII AC Barret. So if you guys are planning to collect all the figures, then I would recommend picking up Barret to complete the collection. Otherwise, I would recommend picking up the 2.0 Barret from the remake, which is a much better figure. But overall, it is a pretty nice design of Barret if you guys are into this AC design. But anyhow guys, that is pretty much the review, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I will have a lot more reviews on the way, so I hope you guys will stay tuned. Take care, stay safe, have a great day, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Alright, take it easy guys. So yeah. Damn.